but boxing seems to be number one.
Because I'm fans of boxing.
This is why.
Yeah, the boxing, and I talk now with, in the same time, I study it. I have people to study it, what I talk about. In the 70s and the beginning of the 80s, the sport number one in the world was boxing.
Yeah.
Now, I am very sad that the last result I have, before we go inside it deeper.
Mike Tyson offered $700 million for Jake Paul rematch. Says Saudi Arabia's Turki Al-Sheikh has given Mike Tyson the opportunity of a lifetime to accept a rematch with Jake Paul and potentially earn a staggering $700 million. It must be nice to have money to just throw away like that, you know? Now, 3 weeks after their lackluster affair, Mike Tyson has been handed an offer that would be incredibly difficult to refuse. Turki Al-Sheikh, best known for his complete transformation of the sport of boxing, I thank you for that, Turki Al-Sheikh, is ready to put up a large sum to witness a Paul versus Tyson rematch. Willing to be the driving force in making the fight happen, Al-Sheikh has provided a huge stipulation if he can get the agreement on both sides. And that is, if Mike Tyson can win by knockout within the first 3 minutes, he will be rewarded $700 million. That's highly unlikely.
I said before, and this is my opinion, I don't start to talking about these things. He start and he said he respect me, but he doesn't like what we are doing in boxing. That's why I said what I said, and I mean it. If he wisen guy, he will understand the message. If he wisen, if the ego take him,
And we will go more and more, inshallah.
What more can you go? This is already so much.
This is what we are doing, me and the team, with the support of the Crown Prince. God bless him.
Yeah.
We don't stop. I tell yesterday for my team, I see the calendar from the 4th of June until now. I doesn't rest any day, even in the weekend. I work around 16 hours.
As you see here, Prince Turki Al-Sheikh is offering a massive $700 million to former lineal undisputed heavyweight world champion, retired iconic Hall of Fame superstar boxer, Iron Mike Tyson, to rematch YouTube sensation turned professional boxer Jake Paul. And he's offering $700 million to have Mike Tyson knock out Jake Paul, right? Because he believes that this fight was fixed. It was staged. And so he don't believe that this was a real fight. So he wants to see the real Mike Tyson stand up and the real Mike Tyson put on a show and knock out Jake Paul. So according to, as you see there, Dr. Boyce Watkins, right? He says Saudi billionaire Turki Al-Sheikh has presented a $700 million offer if Mike Tyson agrees to compete against Jake Paul and triumph with a 3-minute knockout in their rematch, right? So it would be like a 1 minute, a 1 round, 3-minute situation where Mike Tyson is actually serious, right? Because there's been viral pictures and viral videos and viral clips where people are saying Mike Tyson held back on some of his punches purposely because it was staged and he wasn't supposed to knock Jake Paul out. And so
Mike Tyson recently reacted to a huge $700 million offer for a rematch, made by Turki Al-Sheikh, the chairman of Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority. Al-Sheikh is a key player in the country's Vision 2030 reforms, which aim to transform Saudi Arabia. Under his leadership, the entertainment and sports sectors have flourished, bringing in major global events and boosting tourism. His efforts are a clear sign of Saudi Arabia's commitment to modernizing and expanding its influence in arts, leisure, and global affairs. Debut FTV Boxing reported that Turki Al-Sheikh offered Mike Tyson a $700 million deal to fight Jake Paul in a rematch, with a condition that Tyson wins by knockout within 3 minutes. Al-Sheikh reportedly called Jake Paul a joke and emphasized that he wants Tyson to take this fight seriously. Known for his strong passion for sports, especially boxing, Alec has been a major supporter of the sport. He has focused on promoting high-profile boxing events and building international partnerships, investing heavily in the industry. His passion for boxing has played a key role in bringing major fights to Saudi Arabia, increasing the sport's popularity in the region. This aligns with Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 goal of becoming a global sports hub. Alec's personal connection to boxing highlights his dedication to creating world-class opportunities for both athletes and fans.
People still say the Mike Tyson one was rigged. It drives me crazy. I'm like, bro, they were trying to knock each other out in there. And I'm sure Ward's like, nah, shit was fake.
Do you think after the first time that Jake clipped Mike Tyson, you saw the first time he hurt Mike Tyson, you could see it kind of staggered him behind the ear there.
Yeah.
Do you think he really said, like, I'm going to put the pedal on this guy after that?
I mean, I don't know. From where I was sitting, it looked like it.
Do you think he
but
really,
also,
like,
if he sits there and tries to put the pedal to the metal and sit in the pocket and trade with him, I give Mike a chance too.
Mike didn't have a chance. After the first 20 seconds of that fight, Mike didn't have a chance.
Yeah, later in the fight, I'm thinking end of the fight, I feel like Jake just had enough respect for him. He's like, I don't want to knock this old fart out.
So that would be kind of fixed in that sense, where he didn't have that kill instinct the entire fight.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. It's just hard to say. I mean, we've watched enough fights to know, sitting there ringside, we've watched enough fights to know whether these guys are sitting down in their punches or not. And in those first couple rounds, he was
Jake cracked
throwing
a few different times.
He said in the post-fight press conference that he literally had enough respect for Mike where he didn't want to hurt him after that first shot.
Going into a fight with the intentions to knock someone out and then later towards the fight realizing, okay, I don't want to hurt this guy. Different than going in there, I'm not going to knock this dude out no matter what. I'm not going to knock this dude out.
He hurt him in the first round and then he didn't want to hurt him after that. I mean, it's pretty clear that that's helping Mike Tyson through the fight. I don't know. That's not a fight, a real fight.
The main reason behind this offer is Turkey Alec's belief that the previous fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul was fixed. Alec is determined to set up a fair match this time, giving Tyson a real opportunity to showcase his legendary boxing skills.
And the reason I was so adamant that I wouldn't be talking about the fight while it was going on during stream is because it's just boring. It was extremely lackluster, and that was an extremely predictable thing to see from a mile away. Now, apparently the undercard fights that preceded the main event were extremely good, so hats off to all the fighters that really put their best foot forward and delivered an incredible performance in the middle of this fucking circus. I have said, since the very day this was announced, that it was a pathetic endeavor. I thought that this would only end in underwhelming, disappointing disaster. When Mike Tyson suffered a medical emergency and nearly died like 4 months before this fight even happened, which caused it to be pushed back in the first place, it is stupid. I thought it was a horrible concept for a fight. I didn't even watch it. I was streaming Dark Souls 3 through the whole thing and getting updates from chat about how horrible it was to watch, what a giant waste of time and scam it was, and I still was provided with a real-time analysis round by round, and my god, even just reading the cliff notes was sad and lame. Like, it would have been more thrilling to be getting updates at bingo night, hearing about the senior citizens bingo cards. It was just sad.
The proposed rematch isn't just about the money, it's about clearing the air. Turkey Alec wants Mike Tyson to face Jake Paul in a genuine fight, with a condition that Tyson knocks Paul out within 3 minutes. Alec believes this would restore Tyson's legacy and erase any doubts from the controversial first fight.
Speaking of clowns, how about that Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight?
It's like probably one of the only fights I ever was excited to watch. And then immediately was just like, no.
Yeah, dude. The second he
back
from the first round, I'm like, oh man, Mike. I was like, it's Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Grew up with Mike Tyson. All the history and the legacy of this man. By the first or second round, I was like, oh, this is bad. Yeah. This is not cool for anybody. And then I think Jake Paul realized that too. I'm just punching an old man right now.
Almost a 60-year-old.
Yeah, it was just I think everybody felt that cringe, oh, this is not what we wanted.
I was really hoping that last 10 seconds when he decided to be to just bow to Mike. I was like, go, get him. Now it's my chance. Here I go. I was ready. I was holding out so much hope to be he's going to unleash the beast in the last 10 seconds. He's just going to kill it.
Turkey Alec is a huge fan of Mike Tyson and has deep respect for the former heavyweight champion. His motivation for the rematch comes from a personal desire to see Tyson succeed. Alec doesn't believe the result of the previous fight was legitimate and is committed to helping Tyson redeem his legacy with this generous offer.
Excuse my voice, but one of you recently asked me what are my thoughts on the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. Do I think it was rigged or scripted? First of all, it was a 27-year-old versus someone who's pushing 60. So of course I was like, I don't see it. But then I looked at the training footage. The way Mike Tyson was training before this fight looked way different than the actual fight. He was sweating bullets, but still moving like crazy. Also, the leaked script for this fight that leaked months ago just resurfaced. And if you pause and read it and look at the fight, I'm telling you it's looking like it was scripted. Everyone thought Logan Paul was going to be biting the curve, yet we got Mike Tyson biting his glove.
The idea that the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight was rigged is widely supported by both fans and experts. Analysts have closely watched Jake's movements during the match, arguing that they appeared staged. This perception has only strengthened Alec's resolve to organize a rematch, aiming for a more genuine competition to set the record straight.
Jake Paul just beat Mike Tyson. It's probably one of the saddest things I've ever seen, but it happened. Jake Paul wins, Mike Tyson loses. I guess we should have all expected this. I mean, he is 58 years old. Jake Paul is in his 20s. The entire fight felt terrible for Jake Paul. And most of the fight, it kept just freezing. So, what do you guys think about this? Jake Paul wins. I mean, he got paid $20 million. Jake Paul got paid $40 million. I guess what people were expecting was Mike Tyson to be 30 years younger. That's not possible. It's just not. We all get older, but Jake Paul wins. Mike Tyson lost. And all throughout the fight, this is the news.
In the early rounds of the fight, Mike Tyson looked in good shape and showed flashes of his old self. However, as the match went on, his performance began to decline. Tyson struggled with the effects of age, and the fight turned into a spectacle of a younger opponent overpowering a legendary fighter, leaving fans feeling disappointed and disillusioned.
He wants to see the rematch between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, and he's now offering Mike Tyson $700 million to knock out Jake Paul. And it's all coming from Boyce Watkins. For those who don't know Boyce Watkins, he's like here on YouTube. He's in a totally different sector. I talk about him a lot. For those who don't know, I do have another YouTube channel. And I talk more about like politics and social issues and stuff over there. And Boyce Watkins, he comes up a lot in conversation. But Boyce Watkins, he put out the news. He said that His Excellency is offering Mike Tyson $700 million to knock out Jake Paul. And I think this is because,
critics point to Tyson's age, nearly 60, as a key factor in his underwhelming performance. However, fans who had watched his intense training sessions were confused by the stark difference between his preparation and what happened in the ring. Tyson appeared sharp and powerful during training, yet none of that energy showed up during the fight, which only fueled rumors that the match might have been rigged.
I don't even think it was a fight. It was an exhibition. It was an exhibition. Shout out to Jake Paul for what a brilliant business move. That was just brilliant. That was a brilliant money grab. I don't give a fuck what anybody said. The fact that he came out in that car with his brother, just real douchebaggy. He knows how to promote. That's social media. He's a social media promotion genius, plain and simple. He's literally bringing WWE to boxing. That's how I feel. He really is. I'm not saying he's not a true boxer, but I'd like him to really box some real money. Now that he's done this whole Tyson thing, he should start boxing real money. And I think Gervonta Davis is like, the Tank's like, yo, I'll take you on, man. I'll beat the brakes off your ass. That's what he said. Jake Paul said, is there a height requirement here?
Is there a height limit in boxing?
And he said he'll take it on. Maybe this is Jake's move to fight real boxers. He's doing this to piss people off.
For many fans, the Jake Paul fight is seen as one of the saddest moments in Mike Tyson's legendary career. Watching a boxing icon lose to a YouTuber in that way shocked fans around the world. The surprising outcome damaged Tyson's legacy in the eyes of many, and this is a major reason why Turkey Alec is so determined to arrange a rematch.
First thing I see when I get on TikTok is like video after video after video of all of these people crying, feeling bad for Mike Tyson. He's an old man, this is elder abuse, like they're just one girl. Guys, Mike Tyson is fine. He went 8 rounds with a 27-year-old in 14-ounce gloves, and he was still standing at the end. He earned his bag. Now he's going to go home and just hang out with his pigeons, which is what he wants to be doing. Now he can do it with the peace of mind that his bills are paid, that his kids are good, is still in fact intact, even though he didn't win. That is also in part due to Jake Paul, who gave him the respect that he deserved. And this moment right here is going viral, and Logan Paul's getting trashed for saying this, but Tyson's like, I'll fight Logan next, and Logan's like, I will you. I know shit talking can be nuanced here, but that's exactly what this was. Tyson doesn't want him to bow down to him. He loved it. He loved it. So for everyone who's crying on the internet right now that can't even take it, Mike Tyson got out there and did what he loves to do. Don't feel bad for him. He's more than great, and he's $20 million richer, so he's fine.